perfection may not always be attainable, but if you strive for it, you may reach excellence. Now, that is a quote I hold near and dear to my heart by Vince Lombardi that really helps me realize that even though I have strengths and weaknesses, I could still become successful if I put my mind to it. And with that being said, my name is Roger Chater, and this is my individual internal analysis. So, here's some questions to ask about myself. First being, what am I naturally good at? Well, naturally, I'd say that I'm a great leader, I'm very adaptable, and I'm great at handling relationships, and I'm very caring. And what skills that I worked on in this class that I developed were collaborating in groups, networking, speaking in the public, and building off of feedback. Now, those are particular skills that I didn't possess before this class, but in such a short time, I feel like I developed them greatly by those weekly meetings. Now, to follow up on that, some of my natural talents or natural born gifts that I possess are going back to that natural born leader. I really feel like I am, going back to my early football and basketball teams. I was the leader and the captain, and I really have a very, very strong competitive fire in me, as well as very strong work ethic. And I use my extroverted personality to reach out and help others, because like I said, I'm very empathetic as well. Now, going off that, I will now talk about some areas that I need improvement on. So, here are some natural or negative bad habits and traits that I possess. The first being very vulnerable to criticism and a lack of assertiveness in groups. And, to elaborate more on that is when we're kind of doing those group deliverables and trying to get that common goal, I kind of take a step back and let the other members dog it out. When looking back, I really should speak up more because my voice is valuable and I should realize that. So that's just a weakness I have. I don't really speak up as much, as well as I'm not that great of a listener and my emotional intelligence is low and I'd like to improve that. So getting to where I want to be, I'm going to have to improve on those weaknesses, especially going into my sales internship this coming spring and ultimately graduating. I would need to improve on those things to help me get to the one. And if you were to ask someone what my weaknesses are, they would probably go ahead and say that it's my listening and I don't speak up enough, which those are very valid criticisms. But there is a way I can change that. So, how will I achieve my goals? Well, after this semester, which flew by very quickly, by the way, I learned a lot about myself and I came up with a SMART goal. Now, what a SMART goal is it's specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and time-based. Now, my SMART goal for me is that heading into this upcoming semester, I'm going into a sales internship, and I really want to excel in that internship. And by doing so, I'm going to have to strengthen my strengths and maintain them, as well as growing on my weaknesses. And by growing on my weaknesses, I'm going to have to get out of my comfort zone more, be comfortable becoming uncomfortable by reaching out and networking and doing some of the things that I'm not very comfortable doing. But by doing those, it will help me excel and build my confidence that I can graduate and eventually reach my goal sales job when it comes time in spring 2024. So overall, sharpening my skills and growing on my weaknesses will really help me impact my goals in the future and get me to the one and get to that dream sales position that I have in mind. That being said, that's going to go ahead and wrap up my presentation. Thank you so much, Professor Reedy, for this amazing class. And if you have any other questions or clarifications, I can address those now. If not, thank you so much for listening to my internal individual analysis. Thank you.